Hey guys, so welcome back to Football Fanatics and welcome to the weekend preview show. So, here we'll be looking at all the Premier League games that are coming up this weekend. We'll also be taking a look at the latest transfer as well. Joining me, as usual, Adarsh, who is a big Manchester United fan, and we have Akshay, who is a Liverpool fan, and me, I'm a Manchester City fan. So now, starting with the content. So before starting with today's content, guys, I would request you to please like, share, and subscribe the channel so that you can keep getting the notifications of all our new videos. So that you can also get to know about all the latest transfers that are happening. You can get to know about the previews and reviews of all the upcoming fixtures. So let's start today. Akshay, I'll be starting with you considering you are a Liverpool fan. So, what are your thoughts on Wataru Endo, the Liverpool's defense midfielder signing for 16 million pounds from Stuttgart?
I will tell you an
Stuttgart,
interesting
I'm
story.
sorry. Yeah.
Interesting story or an interesting fact. Liverpool were going after Enzo Fernandez last season and they could have signed him for 15 million, but they went from Enzo to Endo. Now we all know what has transpired in between all the from Enzo to Endo and also Hendo to Endo. So this is a very strange signing out of nowhere. But what I think is coming to the technical part of it, jokes apart, I think he's the direct replacement of James Milner. He's solid. He's a captain. He has leadership qualities, and he's a very shrewd signing, and he won't cost a bomb. So I think he's a very good signing for Liverpool. Obviously not a starter, but he will help when those injuries will creep in. So Liverpool have covered that part of about the other two midfielders. The question still remains. So see stories of Ibrahima Sangre, Cheick Koyate, Cheick Dokore, and then even Manu Kone and Thuram. So, but I believe Liverpool have to make it quick now. It's only 12 days, 13 days left. So I think Chelsea can also creep in, considering what they have been doing, pulling their nose in every Liverpool target. So let's see what happens. But I still believe Liverpool need two midfielders and a defender.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, seems like you're
Yeah,
not very much confident on this particular signing.
he's a bit part player, man. Not more than that. I'd be surprised if he performs well, but no one expects him to perform. He's just a panic buy just to replace James Milner and sort of have some leadership qualities as he's the captain of Stuttgart, which is again a very poor club. So can't say much about this.
To be
Okay.
honest with
Others?
you, have not ever heard about this player before Liverpool came in for him.
Exactly,
I was when
exactly.
initially I read about this, I thought, are they trying to sign Enzo Fernandez? And then when I
Lol.
looked into it, and then I thought, okay, it's Endo. The guy is actually 30 years old, Akshay. So you are right that he's a
Yeah,
James Milner signing.
obviously,
Uh,
obviously. He will last 7 years if Liverpool are lucky. He will last another 7 years, like James Milner.
If he's lucky, to be very honest, playing for 7 years for Liverpool, even James Miller played for 7 years, and
Yeah,
no other
that's
player
what I'm
managed to
saying.
do that.
And he
but
ran out of steam.
but surely he cannot be your only defensive midfielder signing. If that is the case, then
Obviously,
you are doomed, man.
he's not even the second choice.
Arguably, he
He's
can be a
third
second
choice.
choice.
He's third choice at best.
Then Liverpool will have to sign two more players for that position if you're saying
Yeah,
third choice.
exactly. They have to sign.
I think they will go for just one player. Given the time that they have in their hand, I think they can only make for now one signing. But
Or
Besetic is there.
they can
Besetic is
also
there, by the way.
they, yeah, they can also go for Andre in January window. Fluminense's player. They are after him from 2 months, but Fluminense is not willing to let him go in this transfer window. So maybe they'll sign one player now and one in January
By the way, there's a fact for you. Klopp has only been able to win a league title when he had a
under
Japanese player in his team.
Japanese player. Yeah,
So this can be a blessing of some sorts
in
for
disguise.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Let's see.
But I think this is
But I
not
think
a.
Dokore,
I mean, after
yeah, this is
this is not particularly a bad signing. I think people are thinking too much about
yeah,
it. It's a very bad atmosphere they've created around this signing. I think he's a decent player. he can be a bit part player for Liverpool. I think he has a lot of stamina and he's good in tackling.
Yes, that's what.
So I think he can contribute a little bit towards the team, and especially against the weaker teams,
Yeah.
he can be useful. And then of course Liverpool will have to make another couple of signings, or at least one good signing in that position. If they think that he is their first choice, then that is the trouble. So I don't think
Obviously.
that will be there. So
I think they have the money. They have around 100 million more. So they should sign two more players at least. One defender and one DM at least, if not two.
Honestly telling, I think Liverpool signed their backup player before their main player. This is,
Exactly. That's what I meant. Yeah. They signed
I,
a James Milner
I
replacement, but not a Fabinho replacement.
yeah, exactly. So I think every team first targets the first team players. That should
Yeah.
have been the case, but they signed a backup player before their first team player. This is bit beyond my thinking that
I
okay,
think they are just managing the risk in case things go from bad to worse. They
honestly
at
telling,
least have someone.
Akshay, honestly telling, Liverpool have okay. Fabinho was a good CDM, but he was not a very great CDM to be very honest. I think Liverpool's. If we look at Klopp's overall philosophy, it's never been so much reliant on the midfielders, right? It's the fullbacks and the forwards who have been winning
But
majority of the
but
games.
but they need to always have felt the need of physicality, not just the numbers,
Yeah,
but
so he can
to
bring that
pull that
physicality
engine.
if he performs well. See, he's 30 years old. He has that experience as well. So he might turn out to be a decent signing for Liverpool, honestly telling. He might turn out to be a decent sign,
But he's
a
not the
surprise
first choice,
signing.
so I don't think Liverpool should focus much. They should be happy that they've got a number, a new, just an addition in the midfield, just in case if there's an injury
Yeah.
or something like that.
Moving on, Adarsh, bad news for you. Before being a Manchester United fan, Harry Maguire deal is officially off now. So
Yeah.
exactly for you and Akshay, good news for us.
Yes.
See, it's not the Man City fan inside me who's saying this. He entertains. Come on, if you're a neutral
Basically,
spectator, if
Tanmay,
you're
sorry
a
to interrupt.
neutral
Tanmay,
viewer,
sorry to interrupt.
he's an entertainer.
Yeah, yeah. So we will not miss those Harry Maguire Instagram memes. Finally, I was so worried.
I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. You know that he is not going to play. I mean, think about it. We have three center backs at least who are ahead of him. If there is a very dire
Four
situation,
now,
four,
four now, others four.
yeah,
Johnny Evans is also going to join Manchester United for one season,
But I
and
think
I
he will play
actually
10
showed
games.
that it's the mind game which Eric Ten Hag is playing with Harry Maguire. That I will prefer him over you.
yeah. Firstly, I don't know what the club is doing, to be honest with you. If you want to
Yeah,
hire somebody
exactly.
as a fourth position, don't go after Johnny Evans, man. He's 35 years old. He's done. But even still, I think he will be ahead of Harry Maguire in the picking order. That's for sure. And I think it's a slap on
Exactly.
the face of Harry Maguire that you were given a chance to be moved out of the club, and the other club was ready to pay for you, but you did not make that choice. So we are signing another player who is not a great player in himself, but at least he will be ahead of you in the picking order. So uh, I don't care about Harry Maguire. I mean, next year his contract will end and he will be moved out uh, without a penny. So I just hope that our main centre backs don't get injured. I don't want to see honestly either of them on the pitch for United. So just hope that the main centre backs do not get injured.
The problem is not going to be on the pitch. Of course, he won't be a problem on the pitch. The problem is off the pitch. He can be a negative influencer for the players off the pitch. A negative
He's
pollution,
a
I would
he's a great goal scorer.
Of own goals.
Yeah,
I
but he's
think
a goal
the
scorer nevertheless.
Tanmay, I don't think it's going to be a problem of the field also, because I think the rest of the squad is on board with Eric Ten Hag. So if they are on board with him, I don't think that they will, have that kind of relation with Harry Maguire. I can understand a few English players like Luke Shaw,
exactly.
Rashford. They may have kind of some
Missing out.
influence. Mm.
Anyways, moving on to the next topic, guys. We'll keep so this for the viewers, guys. We'll keep on moving to the next topic. All you have to do is just keep on liking and sharing. So keep on doing that. moving on to the next topic now. I think we have talked a bit about the transfers for today. Let's move to the Premier League games which are happening this weekend. So we have a couple of big games. Starting with again, it's your team, Adarsh. Tottenham Hotspurs versus Manchester United. What's your call? What's your say?
For me, I think there should be no excuses, even though it's Tottenham and they have a new manager bounce, new hype, and all that. But there should be no excuses. We should be going to their stadium to win that match. Uh,
Exactly.
the fans were not happy with the performance in the first game, and the players need to understand that they need to quickly bounce back. Uh, and especially bouncing back against a decent team, I would still say Tottenham is a decent team, would be a very good thing for the players' confidence as well as the fans. So we need to win this game. Basically, they don't have Harry Kane. So I just want this. I just want the players to kind of bounce back and win this match. I know it's going to be difficult, but Ten Hag needs to kind of motivate the players to win the match from the first minute, and whatever needs to be done in terms of the squad changes, formation changes, whatever he needs to take care of that and just get us to win this match so we can kickstart the season officially. Because even though we won the first match, I don't really want to consider it as a win.
Yeah.
So there is much relying on this match for how we step up for the rest of our season. So I have confidence in him, but he needs to prove that, and the players need to prove that also.
All right, Akshay, what about you?
I think we should start from you, Tanmay. You are such a big Spurs fan, and I think it would be better to have your expert comments on this one.
Well, no expert comment. Easy win for Manchester United.
After did you watch the first match?
Yes, I watched
I
the first
watched
game,
I watched
and
the first match, and it was a shitty performance from Manchester United.
So how do you
well,
They were
but
explain?
plain lucky.
see, try to understand. The other team, it was Wolverhampton. I understand that, but it's okay. Few, it can happen with any team. That's not a problem. But here it is Tottenham Hotspurs, who is already dismantled in every angle. They're dismantled, right? New manager, players, the dressing room environment, everything is not that great at the moment. Easy win for Manchester United for me, to be very honest. And plus, it's Tottenham. I don't really expect anything from them, especially if they're playing against Manu. And Manu have a good record against Tottenham, especially at their own stadium.
Hmm.
So I think it's going to be an easy one for Manchester United.
No, it's away from
I
home,
don't
Tanmay.
think it would be easy.
If
Don't
if
don't don't think it would be easy, Tanmay, because Tottenham
well, I
has
mean
nothing to
that's what I
lose,
expect. I
and
will be
all the pressure is on Manu to win that match. Tottenham will get nothing out of it,
no
so
why
they will go
even
on all
Tottenham
guns
will be under
blazing.
pressure. You come on, Akshay. Tottenham are
I
under
don't think
pressure
so.
to go for top six at least this season. They are
I
under
don't think
pressure
so.
usually for that.
They
To
still have the excuse of a new manager and a new squad and
See,
Harry
it's not
Kane's
about
departure.
excuses. It's not about the excuses. Look at the fans, what fans expect. The fans expect the players to play well to win the games and to qualify for at least top six. Look at that, the
But
pressure from that. From the,
there are other teams better than them squad wise. So
that's why they are under pressure at the moment. So definitely Tottenham will come to win the game. Come on, they are playing at their home.
so it
They
won't be
won't be
easy for
coming for
Man
a
U.
draw.
The
Sorry?
the
That's what I said, that it won't be easy for Man U.
But again, it's
Whatever way
Tottenham.
you
I'm
look at it.
expecting no. I think Manu will bounce back in this game, and they will win. It will be a good win for Manchester United, according to me.
the pressure on Tottenham, I would say that there is pressure on Tottenham because they are playing at home, and there is always pressure at home. But the
Exactly.
pressure on United is much more. I would agree with that because
That's what.
there is a lot of hype around Manchester United, especially after a performance in the last season. So we have to bounce back. There is a lot of pressure on the managers and the players. So it will be a difficult match. I will agree with that also because Tottenham, I was impressed with them. I don't know what you think, but they played well in the first match. It's only that their
Yeah,
defense
just
is weak.
defensively.
Yeah, their defense
Yeah.
is not good.
Defensively they're weak.
Yeah, that's why they conceded those two goals. Otherwise, going forward, I saw Son and Kulusevski, they were kind of getting back into the form. And you have
Yeah.
seen our backline also. I mean, I don't want them to make silly mistakes. Um, Otherwise, Tottenham can still punish us. So there is a lot of pressure on us as well.
So let's move on to the next game, the another big one. It is Man City versus Newcastle United. Akshay, what do you think?
game of the weekend for me, and I can't predict, man. It's gonna be a tough match. We have seen Newcastle's form. Man City are always on the sixth gear, and but we
They're playing
can't
at their
discount.
home though. It's Man
Yeah,
City's home.
that's okay. I don't think when a team is brilliant, I don't think home or away matters to them much. Newcastle are in a great form, and so are Man City. So I'll it's probably 40, 60-40 for Man City, but you can't say that, oh, they're gonna just walk away with the win.
Others.
The only negative that I can think of from a Man City perspective is that they did not play particularly well in their Europa League match. Actually, they were quite bad, to be honest with you.
Super Cup. It's a Super Cup. UEFA Super
Yeah,
Cup.
the
Not
UEFA
Europa.
Super Cup.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they were quite bad. I don't know what
yeah.
happened in just one game. I could not see them stringing, passing together, or making passes in the final third. So so two things can happen. They may continue that form, or they can quickly bounce back, which Man City can do at any point of time. I think there was a kind of a setback after De Bruyne's injury. The players did not know how to be so the players like Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, they were given the opportunity to be the front men or the leaders of their team, and they couldn't handle that pressure in the very first game just after De Bruyne's
Bernardo Silva
injury.
didn't start others. Bernardo
So
Silva didn't start.
Phil Foden. So
Phil Foden was playing at the right
Started in
wing.
midfield.
yeah, but
Cole Palmer
I'm
was
not
there in
saying
the
this is not about
wing.
position. I'm talking about
Yeah.
if a big players leave
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
the opportunities, I
Yeah,
agree with you.
he was the player who has had to take that challenge to kind of be the leader of their team, and I think he did not do that particularly well. But they are playing at home, and Newcastle, even though they are playing well, they are not very good away from home. But but they can still
But they are a well-oiled unit. They look
well-oiled
like a
unit,
well-oiled
and
unit.
they can be very astute defensively. So Manchester
Yeah.
City might have some problems scoring goals. So I don't think this is going to be a very high scoring match. Man City, it will be a big challenge for Man City, but I think they will come out on the top. They have a lot of experience. They have a better manager, and the know-how, and everything is in Man City's favor, to be honest with you. So I think they will come up with a win, but it will be a very uh, it will be a struggle for them.
All right. So I think I would want to say so. Man City at the moment, if we look at the previous year's final as well, they didn't play a very great football. The UEFA Champions League final and the similar kind of performance happened here as well in the Super Cup against Sevilla. I think Man City is still, they were. We can see that they were under pressure when they were playing that knockout game, just one knockout match. There is no opportunity to improve or anything. It was something new for them. For the first time in their life, they were playing their Super Cup game and the Champions League final as well. But when it comes to Premier League, they are altogether a different monster, right? Because now they know that okay, even if we lose the game, we have got rest of the games to cover up and to stay on the top. So this thing is going to help them psychologically, and they are playing at their home. Yes, De Bruyne's injury is going to affect them anyway, but it's just not about one game or two, but that will be affecting them in the long run for at least next 4 to 5 months. That's altogether a different thing. But at the moment, looking at the overall squad, talking about Bernardo Silva, the way Bernardo Silva has been playing since last season, even Jack Grealish, Haaland, obviously evergreen. He's in his evergreen form ever since he has joined Manchester City. Rodri again, another player in form. Uh, this won't be. I won't say it will be a cakewalk, but I think Manchester City should win this game. It won't be a cakewalk like any other, mid-table team. It won't be like that because obviously Newcastle will also come to win this particular game, but that can help Manchester City. If Newcastle City comes to win this game, this can help Manchester City because then Manchester City can get quite a lot of spaces, to create those key passes.
I think
So
that
they should win this.
the midfield battle will be very interesting in this match because they have very physical midfielders. Joe Linton, Guimaraes, Tonali, all three of
Exactly.
them are quite physical. And Man City,
Exactly. And
apart from
are quite
Rodri,
opposite.
And
They
they
are
will
yeah,
feel
quite
the heat without Gundogan and De Bruyne.
yeah. Now I'm thinking about this. So, and even see, Isaac plays on the left, and I think he should deserves a start for this match. He will be up against. I think Kyle Walker played in the last match. in the right back position.
Yes, Kyle Walker. Yeah.
Yeah, that can be a very difficult challenge for Kyle Walker to contain Isaac. He's a very quick and
And also, I think
uh,
it all depends on Haaland's form. Though he's in form, but if he doesn't score, then it will be very tough for Man City. Can get tough.
if Haaland doesn't score, then they might end up drawing or even losing this match. Haaland is very
Exactly.
critical.
So yeah, he's very
Obviously,
critical.
Haaland is critical, and Haaland, see, any which ways, if the midfield performs well, if they are able to create those key passes, obviously Haaland will score. He is confident at the moment. He's in his form. He knows that he's confident. He's motivated. He knows like his positions as well at what time where I should be at the moment. So if Manchester City midfield wins the battle, it's an automatic win for Manchester City because obviously they operate through midfield. The whole Man City game is through midfield itself. So it's a win for Man City if they win this battle. Yes, it will be interesting, not a cakewalk, but that's my prediction for them. It should be a win for Man City. Not an easy one, not a cakewalk, but a win.
Okay.
Anyways, let's move on to the next game, which is West Ham versus Chelsea. Adarsh, starting with you.
It's a London derby. Who is at home? Is it West Ham or Chelsea? I think West
Yes,
Ham
it
is
is
at
West
home.
Ham. Yeah.
Yeah. Chelsea, after the performance in the first match, it was quite impressive, especially in the second half. So if they continue with that performance, I see them winning this match. And I have set up very high targets for them because of their signings and everything. West Ham, they have signed a couple of players. They have James Ward-Prowse. So Chelsea has to be very careful. They should not concede any fouls around the box. He's very lethal. But apart from that, it's the same old squad. Not very. I mean, I'm not very enthusiastic thinking about them. They won the Conference League last year, but in the Premier League they were quite poor. They just scraped the relegation zone.
And they lost their
So
captain as well, Adarsh, Declan Rice.
yeah, they lost their captain. That's a big blow for them. So I think it will be a comfortable win for Chelsea away from home.
Akshay?
I don't think it will be a comfortable win from them as West Ham have the physicality to match their midfield. Though they're not quite technical, but they have that aerial prowess to harm Chelsea. So I think Chelsea would probably win 1-0 or 2-0 at max. But it won't be a cakewalk for them as well.
As per me, I think a win for Chelsea. Well, last match they missed Caicedo. This time, even Caicedo will be. If he doesn't start, then maybe second half. But yes, he will be playing for sure, and definitely that will help Chelsea because again, as I told you, if Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, if they form some kind of a partnership, then it's going to be really helpful for Chelsea. So if that happens in this game, it will be a win for Chelsea for sure.
Especially with the five substitutes rule, they have those players who can, if they're not playing well, if there is a
Yeah.
stalemate, then they can bring on players who can make a difference quickly. So they have that bench strength. That's why I'm saying that it will be quite somewhat comfortable for Chelsea. It's not going to be a London derby as it used to be some time back. It will be quite
Yeah.
easy, I think, this time.
And also a perfect team for players like Raheem Sterling to score really well. I'll be
Leave
very
him alone, man. Leave him alone.
I don't think I think he can create, but it's very tough
no,
for him to
I'm not
score.
criticizing this time. I'm saying that yes, he can perform well.
He's a very poor
He's
finisher.
quick. See, he can be a
He's a good
poor
creator,
winger,
but
but
hmm,
see, his positioning has improved a lot after playing under Pep. His positioning has improved a lot. So, West Ham doesn't have that very quick centre backs or full backs, as we say. They're not very quick. They're fine, but not very quick. So that is something. And with Enzo and Caicedo, I think this will help Raheem Sterling to pick those spaces to harm the defense to create some damage for defense. So I'm expecting a win for Chelsea to be very honest because in the first game I could see that they were playing as a unit unlike last season. So if they play as a unit, definitely they have players who can create an impact. There is one bad news for Chelsea that is Reece James. Uh, After he was in the middle of his rehab training and everything, because of the previous injury that he picked, and he again got injured. He got a hamstring injury once again. So I think he has gone for it's a long-term injury for him for sure.
But they
That
have a
is
good backup for him. They have Malo Gusto. He played in the last match as well, and he looked quite well, especially against team like Liverpool. So I think, of course, they will miss Reece James, but Malo Gusto, especially against weaker teams like West Ham, he can do a shift there.
Yeah, he's decent.
yes, and again, like obviously, rest of the team will remain same, but it will be a test for ideally for Caicedo and Enzo if they gel up, if the midfield performs. If these two players perform, it will be a win for Chelsea. Because Enzo is someone who himself can score from outside the box. He has got
Yes,
some
he can.
excellent shooting abilities. So he himself can also score some
Hmm.
uh, screamers through some screamers. So that's what I predict out of them. Well, uh, guys, keep on subscribing and liking in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, guys,
Uh,
please. The more you subscribe, the better the content.
exactly. So moving on, Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Let's be quick, guys.
Man, Arsenal at home, I think it will be a win for Arsenal.
No,
Uh,
it's not at home. Crystal
it's away.
Palace are playing at their home.
Even away from home, and Arsenal is a team who is looking to challenge for the title. If they cannot afford to lose these matches, not even draw these matches, they have to win this match anyhow. They have the players, especially their two. I think for the large part of the season, these two players, or I would say these three players, will win Arsenal more than 75% of the matches. Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard. If these three can get enough space in the match, get enough opportunities in the match, I think they're lethal, man. They can score 3-4 goals. So Crystal Palace, they don't have Zaha anymore. They're still relying on their old striker. Who's that guy? Ayu. So not looking very good for Crystal Palace. I think the only positive for them is that they were able to hold on to Olise, which can cause trouble for Chelsea. But I think Chelsea also has good defense, especially the full backs who can contain him. At least double down on him if
Arsenal
there is an yeah, sorry, Arsenal. They
But
can
Timber is also injured.
yeah, but they have who's their Zinchenko. I think might be available for this
third
match. He's also injured.
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 Yeah. Even still, see, Olise is the only threat that I can see coming from Crystal Palace. So
Even that person, another
Eze,
person, EU, Eze, yeah.
yeah, he's also a
He's
good player.
also a big threat.
So
Yeah.
there are not too many players who are a
Then
threat,
Cheikh Dokore in the DM position.
but he's a
He's no
defensive.
less than Caicedo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his job will be to protect the goal, right? So he will not be that much influential in the match moving forward. So they only have to kind of mark two players or double down on them, so they can be quite they can do that, I think,
Especially
Arsenal.
Saka. Especially Saka.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Crystal Palace. Like Olise and Eze are the only two players that they have to worry about from
Yeah.
conceding goal
Arsenal have to
standpoint.
worry about.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if they can kind of double down on them, mark them properly, then I think they have enough
Yeah.
players who can score goals, create chances, and do all the good things.
But yeah.
Should be
But
comfortable.
always Crystal Palace. Yeah, Crystal Palace away is always a tough fixture.
Yeah, the atmosphere is quite
Whoever you are, whatever
hostile
you
there.
do.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
they will be missing Zaha. Zaha was the outlet for them for so
Yes.
many years, man. He used to create
But he
havoc
wasn't
down the left
playing.
side
He didn't play too well last season. He just
because
weared off.
yeah, because his in his head he was trying to go for a transfer, but otherwise
Yeah.
Zaha was a player.
Otherwise, he was their
Yeah, to
talisman. He was their talisman
yeah.
man.
So they are lacking that cutting edge.
Yeah.
I think they're lacking that cutting edge, and
But
that can be
yeah, still think Arsenal should win, but it's never easy. It has never been easy. Crystal Palace away.
yeah. But if they don't win, then that will be a very big blow for
Well, I
them.
agree with him. I agree with Akshay. It won't be an easy win for Arsenal. That's what I think. Crystal Palace at their home, they are not a very easy side to beat because all 11 players
Yeah,
are
yeah.
sitting on their
Especially
own
away.
form.
Especially away.
You
Yeah.
know, they will do the same thing. And again, you see, Arsenal has got talent, but at the moment they're like lacking that that killer instinct sort of thing to
Yes, exactly.
uh, beat such team. I'm not saying that they cannot do it. Definitely, they can do that. But according to me, it won't be that simple. But again, it's Arsenal. Arsenal really surprised us last season with their performance. So even if they come out win 3-4-0, I won't be very much surprised.
Yeah.
But at the moment, looking at the scenario with the way Arsenal played last year, with the way Arsenal played last game, Uh, they should win, but not a very easy. It won't be a cakewalk. It shouldn't be a
Yeah.
cakewalk.
I think Arsenal don't have to be foolish this time. They should not start Havertz. They should start the other player.
Hard.
Yeah, Trossard. They should start Trossard, and trust me, if they start Trossard, this will be a comfortable win for Arsenal. If they do the
Yeah,
same
it
mistake,
should be.
if they do the same mistake again, then they will have to face the repercussions. So it's on
Exactly. I
Arteta
totally
basically.
agree with him because Trossard has got that intelligence to get into the box and create
But
something,
but they
to
only
create
see
useful
Trossard,
passes.
but they only see Trossard as a striker, and I think they will learn it the hard way. They will start Havertz
No,
again.
Trossard will be playing as a centre forward. Now that's what we are saying, that Trossard should start as a centre forward. So they should play Odegaard as the normal
Then it should
attacking
be
midfielder, the
4-2. They
position
have
in
to
which
tweak.
Havertz played last game. Odegaard should be playing in that position, and they should be Thomas Partey and Declan Rice in the midfield,
Then they
or
should
maybe
have
Jorginho.
to
I won't
tweak.
mind Jorginho playing this game.
They will have to tweak their formation to 4-2-3-1. Then they are
Well,
playing
let's not
4-3-3.
talk about formation. See, Akshay, formation keeps on changing in between the game. No team
But
plays
still,
with
there's a
one.
basic formation
No,
which
no.
they are, I
See,
don't think they are
Akshay,
comfortable with
formation.
playing
Akshay, formation is a
without
very
Havertz.
different thing.
They have
Formation
spent
keeps on
a
varying.
fortune on him.
See, let me tell you, Akshay. Right.
So I
So
think, yeah,
Akshay, I understand what you're saying, what your point is coming from, and up to some extent I agree. But here in this case, firstly, you need to have a balance. Formation comes when you have the
yeah,
players, you have the balanced squad. So I'm just talking about a balanced squad firstly. See, formation will eventually happen and it keeps on varying depending upon the game scenario. No team plays with a constant formation throughout the game. They keep on changing. Sometimes you'll find
yeah, yeah.
three defense formation as well. Sometimes you'll find four defense and the 4-2-3-1 sort of formation. In between, they will switch to 4-3-3 as well. So this will keep on happening, but for that you need to find the balance. Right now, Havertz doesn't fit into the squad. He doesn't. He impacts the balance. As per me, the kind of role that Havertz was playing in the previous game, Odegaard should be playing. Declan Rice should
Yeah.
remain where he was. I think it should be either Thomas Partey, or in this game, I would rather suggest to start with Jorginho. Jorginho is an experienced player, a proper CM who can control the tempo as well. See, we all know West Ham can come with a few counter attacks. The kind of physicality that the team they come with some sort of physicality as well. So they need a midfielder who can control that particular tempo. So I think Jorginho can fit that role really well. So that's what I would suggest. And Trossard should be playing as a centre forward. So with Trossard, Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka, and Odegaard, Jorginho, and Declan Rice, I think Arsenal can win this game quite
But
easily.
who will tell this to Arteta? That's my
See, it's not
main
about
issue.
see again. No one is going to tell us. It's our point of view that we
Just a
are talking.
phrase. Yeah. But again, let's see what happens. What is Arteta thinking and what is he trying to do? We'll
Hmm.
get to know in the
I, I
coming games.
I was just going through the feeds, and I think Zinchenko is back in training, so I think that he will start this match. And if he starts, then I think Thomas Partey can go back to the midfield because he was playing right back last match. If he goes back to the midfield and they avoid playing Havertz instead of him, they play Trossard, then I think they should be comfortable winners in this match. But again, it has to come from Arteta.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Akshay, this one I'll be starting with you. It's Liverpool versus Bournemouth. What do you think?
I think it should be a comfortable win for Liverpool this time. No ifs, no buts. Bournemouth has shown nothing they have just shown nothing. They are a plain vanilla team with no threats as such. I can't think of any. I don't remember any. Last season, I think it was more of a Liverpool's mistake that they lost the game. And the first game, we all know what scoreline was. So I don't think I need to talk much on this game. And yeah, Liverpool will win probably 3-0.
Yeah, I think the previous season, Salah missed a penalty in this match, right? And if
Yeah,
he
yeah.
might have scored, then the things would have been different. But I think Billings was the one who was causing a lot of trouble down the right side. Now that I don't know, I mean, Liverpool still has one issue to resolve is that where they will play Trent. If he plays in the midfield, then who will play at right back position? Because I personally want to see Trent. I don't want to see per se, but he looks better at in center in the center of the park. So if he's there, then he can be a very he has got very good eye for goals, assists from the middle
Passes.
of the park.
But
So, but
there
who
are
will
two
play the right
problems to
back?
that. Yeah, there are two problems to that. First is that till the time Liverpool don't sign a DM, he will continue to play at right back and he won't play that inverted right back position that he was playing at the end of the season. And second problem is that with the signing of Soboslai, there is an overlap between Trent and Soboslai because they are sort of similar players in terms of spraying passes and all those things. So till the time Soboslai was not there, that position was open and Trent used to spray passes in that area. But now since Soboslai is there, it's sort of overlapping. So I see that as an issue, though it's not that big of an issue. But still, till the time Liverpool don't sign a DM, he won't play inverted right back. He will continue to play at right back as he was playing in the first half of
Can
the season.
Endo play in this match? Do you know?
Obviously, he can play, but I
If
don't
he,
think he will play.
I think
But
if
yeah, he
he,
can play because Jones is injured.
I think Liverpool should go with a proven midfield, right? They should not play any forward player in the midfield like they did with who's that player?
Gakpo.
Gakpo in the midfield. They
Gakpo,
should go
yeah.
with Jones, Elliott, or they should go with this guy, the new signing
But
Endo. And
Jones is injured. Unfortunately, they should have gone with Jones. I also believe that, but
hmm,
I don't know what will happen. And also, they should go with Nunes rather than Jota, especially considering
yeah,
Bournemouth.
Jota looked out of sorts in the first match. They should
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
start with Nunes this match for sure.
Or even Gakpo as a center forward rather than in midfield.
Yeah, but then they have to fill in the midfield with some other midfielder. So maybe Elliott can
Yeah,
play, or they can play with
yeah, yeah,
Endo in the number six position. So if they do the right things, I think they should be comfortable winners. They just have to make sure that their formation and the players that they choose for each position is the right player. Then I think Liverpool can score goals.
yeah.
Why don't they
And
try a three defense formation? 3-4-3 sorts.
yeah, they had tried that, but they still need a DM for that, a solid DM. I
Is
think
it?
they will go ahead with that formation only once they sign a DM. That was the position they were playing end of the last season when Trent was playing so good.
Ideally, Endo should be good enough to play in this match against Bournemouth. If not, then why
Yeah, yeah,
did they
yeah,
even sign him?
exactly.
So
Well,
they should start with him.
he's just signed for them. He has just signed for them. I don't think he'll be instantly. He will be starting. He might come up in the second half, but I don't see him starting at the moment. It will be the same squad as the last season, most probably. Yeah, a couple of changes in the forward line, like for example, Nunes coming instead of
Jota.
Jota, and Gakpo moving on to the left side because Diaz scored the goal, but he didn't look that good after scoring the goal. So Gakpo might move to the left wing position, and yeah, a third midfielder might come into the picture.
Hmm, that
Or
can.
they can play 4-2-3-1 as well. I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see. Again, right now the team is not balanced.
Yeah, a DM,
First they
solid
need to
DM.
balance the squad, and only then formation can come into the picture. Formation happens only once you have the balanced squad. At the moment, they need to create that balance. So let's see. But yeah, as for me, it will be an easy win for Liverpool against Bournemouth at Anfield. Yeah, it's an easy win for me. As per me.
At Anfield, I think they are almost unbeatable against such teams.
Yeah,
Exactly. It might be a 4-0, 5-0 victory as well.
can be.
Yeah. Anyways, that was all the this discussion points. Let's move on to the next segment, which is the scoreline prediction. Again, starting with the first game, uh, Tottenham versus Manchester United. Others, starting with you. What do you think will be the scoreline?
I'm going to be positive because I want my team to play good this season and do something in the end. So this can be a stepping stone for them. So I'm going for a 2-1 victory for United, a very hard-fought victory. But I think they will impress in this match and they will win 2-1.
Same.
Akshay?
2-1. 2-1 to
I'm
Man
going
U.
with I'm going with 3-1 or 3-0 for Manchester United.
You're being too
Always
optimistic.
positives.
Too
Too
optimistic.
optimistic about Tottenham losing so
Well, I've
badly.
always, whenever I have been optimistic, most of the times I have been,
Right.
I have been correct. Most of the times, I'm not saying 100%, but most of the times I have been right. So I hope this time also I'm right. Uh,
Moving on to
let's,
the next one.
yeah, moving on to the next one: Manchester City versus Newcastle United. Akshay,
I think I think it would be 2-1 win for City, but my mind is telling me it can also be a 2-2 draw.
okay,
Choose one. Choose one. Go with the one final.
I'll go for
Hmm,
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
okay.
I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm also going for a draw in this match. I think the midfield that Newcastle have, they've impressed me so much in the first match, and the physicality that they have, they can overpower Man City's midfield, and chances will be far and few for
Especially without Gundogan and De Bruyne.
right. So the chances will be very far and few in between for Haaland. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw in this match.
One goal only.
Yeah,
Okay,
one each.
interesting.
Might be.
Okay,
We never know.
yeah, that's fine. Okay,
Tanmay,
my prediction,
I
yeah,
we
it's
know
going
your
to
prediction.
be a 3-1 victory for Manchester City.
I thought
3-0.
you would say 3-0. Yeah. That's slightly
3-0,
different.
3-1. 3-0, 3-1.
Okay.
Maximum. Okay, let's go with 3-1.
So you're
So
not giving
basically, you are
any.
saying Man City are gonna pump 3 goals, and you don't care about Newcastle as long as Man City win.
You're
Playing
not
at
giving.
Etihad Stadium, I don't see Newcastle dominating that much.
Okay, fair enough.
It's Etihad, that's why. If it would have been the opposite
Yeah, yeah.
fixture, I would have predicted a draw, to be very honest. But it's Etihad Stadium, the home for Manchester City. They have been brutal since the like. They have always been brutal at this in this stadium. So that's why I'm going for a 3-1, 3-1 or 3-0.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, like again, moving on to the next one: West Ham versus Chelsea. Adarsh.
As I said in my preview, this will be a very comfortable win for Chelsea. So I'm going for a 3-0 victory, and Nicholas Jackson will open his account for this season in this match.
Okay, Akshay.
2-1 for Chelsea. Not so easy, according to me.
2-0 Chelsea. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Adarsh.
Again, I think this will be easy for Arsenal if they don't play Havertz, but I think they will be starting Havertz. I know that Arteta is going to make that mistake again. So I'm going for a 2-1 victory still. I believe in Martinelli and Saka. They either of them will score or assist in this match, and they will go through as winners. So 2-1.
Yeah, I'm also going for 2-1 for Arsenal. I think they'll. It will be repeat of the last match they played with Nottingham. It will be two. Arsenal will score comfortably 2 goals, and then Crystal Palace will fight back, and they'll probably have a solitary goal to show. So 2-1 Arsenal.
By
I'll
the
be
way, just one
optimistic.
caveat on this. If Havertz doesn't play and Trossard plays, I'm going for a 3-0 or 4-0 for Arsenal. If that happens.
Hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, I'll be
Tanmay.
optimistic in this one. I'll be optimistic in this one. 3-0 victory for Arsenal. No matter,
Okay.
even if Havertz plays or not, I'll be optimistic. 3-0.
Hmm.
Uh, Liverpool versus Bournemouth.
This is pretty straightforward. 3-0. I've already predicted. On to you,
Adarsh.
others.
It's at Anfield, right? Yeah, 2-0
Yeah.
to I'll say 2-0 to Liverpool.
I'll go for 4-0 or 5-0.
Yeah,
Really?
because
4-1,
their
5-0, yeah, for
because their
Liverpool.
forwards are
Definitely, yeah, for Liverpool.
their
Obviously,
forwards
I
can be
go
lethal.
4-0, 5-0 for
Yeah.
Bournemouth. So, yeah, 4-0,
Es-
5-0 for Liverpool.
Especially if Nunes starts ahead of Jota.
And
No matter whoever starts. It's going to be a big game for Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah will
Yeah.
damage
hmm,
Bournemouth very easily. So at least 2 goals for Mohamed Salah.
I
It's a
mean,
matter of his pride.
based on how Liverpool played in the first match, I'm a little pessimistic. They will win this match for sure. But scoring 4 goals, 5 goals, I think they're not
It was
there
look
yet.
at the opponent they were playing against Chelsea, whose defense was really
Yes.
great in the previous
Yeah,
game.
defense
Talking
was
about
great. I agree.
Coolwell, Reece James, or Chilwell, but here it's Bournemouth. Mohamed Salah will damage. He will create some damage. So 4-0 or 5-0 for Liverpool.
By the
Easy
way,
one.
Okay.
do you want to do the prediction of some other matches? I think there is one between Aston Villa and Everton. Aston Villa at home.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead with that one. We're talking about Chelsea, who finished 12th last season. So I think let's give some respect to Aston Villa. They are playing UEFA Conference League, who finished 7th. So yeah, let's talk
Man, they
about.
have such good pair of defenders.
Yeah, it's just not about defenders. Yeah, they have good pair of defenders, but other players as well, man. They finished 7th last season. They have
Yeah.
got good set of players, not just defenders, but they have good forwards and a decent midfield as well. So let's talk about them. Uh, Easy win for Aston Villa, to be very honest.
Yeah. I
Everton.
think 3-1 Aston Villa.
What about you, Tanmay? Any scoreline?
Yeah, 3-1 or 4-1 for Aston Villa.
I think it's not going to be very easy, especially how they played in the last match. They were shockingly bad. And Everton,
They didn't have their first choice pairing
I know,
starting.
but still, when you lose a match 4-0, it, affects your
5-1.
5-1.
confidence. 5-1, it affects your confidence. And I saw Everton in the last match. They failed to score, but they were creating a lot of chances. So I'm predicting a 2-1 win for Aston Villa, but it won't be that easy, at least per my thinking. Yeah, I think this was
Yeah.
the only other kind of a big match. Fulham, Brentford, I don't think we need to discuss that. So, yeah.
What about Brighton? Who is Brighton playing?
Fulham. Fulham is at home against Brighton.
Fulham is at
No,
home
no, no, no.
against Brighton.
Sorry.
Wait, I think.
No, no, no. It's Wolves against Brighton. Wolves at home.
Well, I think we should talk about them if we are talking about Chelsea, who
This is a good
finished
match. This
12th.
can be a good,
If we are talking about
interesting match.
Aston Villa, who finished 7th, I think let's talk about Brighton, who finished 6th. They're playing Europa League as well. Yeah, come on, let's talk about them. So Wolverhampton and Wolverhampton, the others. I think no one knows better than you that Wolverhampton has been playing well.
I know, but they don't.
Starting with you, Adarsh, what do you think? What is your prediction?
Scoreline, guys.
Uh,
What do you think?
Wolves, they play well, but they don't know how to score a goal. So
Yeah,
I'm,
exactly.
I'm going for I'm going for a Brighton win. Brighton is a good team, and we have to take them seriously, even though they're not a big team by name. So I'm still going for a 2-0 victory for Brighton away from home.
I'm going for a 2-1 Brighton win. I know it's tough for Wolves to score, but I think they could score one goal at least to open their account.
Going for a draw. I'm going for a draw. A 2-all or a 1-all draw. 1-all draw.
Really?
Can be.
Yeah, I'm going for a
Okay.
1-all draw.
Brighton looked good in the first
Didn't
match.
allow much goals to Manchester
What
United.
about Fulham and Brentford? They also finished inside top 10.
Uh,
I
and on,
don't know much about their players, to be very honest.
so I think Mitrovic is
You
still at
should
Fulham.
you should start taking them seriously.
I'm going for a 1-1 draw on this match.
Fulham and Brentford. I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
I'm going for a
I think there will be goals.
Brentford win.
Away from home.
Yeah, I'm going for a Brentford win.
Okay.
2-1.
Okay.
I think
Anyways, that
no
was
more
all about it.
games.
So that was all about it. So as always, guys, thanks for coming into the show and supporting our channel. Make sure you like this video, you subscribe the channel, and mention your thoughts in the comment section. Okay. Remember, we'll be back on Monday with the match reactions and weekend roundup as well. Until then, goodbye and have a great weekend, guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Great weekend, guys, and just enjoy the matches. Bye bye.